What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of The Lead Houston, where it's all Houston all the time. Today, we will be reacting to Mel Kiper's latest mock draft coming from ESPN Plus. Remember, that is exclusive content that you will only get here on The Lead Houston, because let me be your key to unlock said exclusive content. It is going to be exciting. I've heard some fireworks already in the first round, but this is a 3-round mock draft. Remember, Texans fans, we have 4 picks in the top 100. So this 3-round mock draft is going to cover all 4 of them said players, unless there's a trade up or whatever. But we will be getting into it. The first round, I do know. The other ones, I'm going into it blind. So you are reacting with me to these draft picks. Mel Kiper with his latest mock draft. Let's go ahead and get into it. While we're at it, ladies and gentlemen, I will be live on Bleacher Report immediately after the Houston Texans draft pick on April 24th. So make sure you are there. I will be live again on the Bleacher Report app. Make sure you got those notifications on for BR. And as soon as the Texans are done picking, I will be live talking about the immediate reaction to whoever it is at 25. Make sure y'all are subscribed to this channel. It is free 99. We are on the road to 15,000 subscribers, and I cannot thank every single one of y'all enough for me to be getting there. So again, super appreciative of every single one of y'all, man. Let's go ahead and get into the mock draft here, which is Mel Kiper and Field Yates, excuse me. So this is a duo mock draft between them, a 3-rounder. They're going to be talking about picks across the first, second, third rounds based on what they're hearing and how each team might tackle big roster needs. They took turns making selections, alternating from Yates' pick at number 1 through Kiper's pick at number 102. Okay, so definitely Yates has the odd numbers, Kiper has the evens. We have 25, that'll be Field Yates. 58 will be Mel Kiper, 79 Mel Kiper, 89 Mel Kiper. So 3 out of the 4 will be from Mel Kiper. The second round pick will be from Field Yates. Let's go ahead, Harley, shut the hell up. Let's get into it, man. We want to know who the hell the Texans are drafting. Remember, this is a Houston Texans state of mind, but we will be peeking a little look at our neighbors of the AFC South, and the Tennessee Titans taking Cam Ward is not shocking at all. Let's go ahead and get to this. Jaguars, Mason Graham. Again, defensive line is going to be scary if they grab Mason Graham. I am not a fan. Shedeur Sanders goes to the Saints. Here we go. The Indianapolis Colts take Colston Loveland. I'm guessing Tyler Warren went to 10 to the Chicago Bears. You see Golden to the Cowboys there. Loveland goes to the Colts. They just seem like they're going to get a tight end at some way, somehow. Here we go. Walter Nolan, one of my favorites. Gray Zabel, one of my other favorites. There's a Marion Hampton, Derek Harmon. There goes a Mecca Agbuka. A lot of these guys are fan favorites for the Houston Texans. Let's keep it going, though. We got Shamar Stewart, Donovan Jackson, and whoa. Okay, we got ourselves a definite shocker here for the Houston Texans at 25. Oh, my goodness.
What?
This is the one I knew. This is the first one I knew, and it's T-Mac. We got T-Mac back in Houston, baby. I don't know how to pronounce his first name. Tatoria McMillan, wide receiver out of Arizona. We haven't even talked about him enough just because I never saw an realistic way that or avenue that he would land at 25. Let's get to what Field Yates says here. The way ends for McMillan. He's not blazing fast, but he wins with an excellent catch radius, strong hands, very good routes. The Texans must hit receiver and O-line hard in the draft, and I like the fit of McMillan joining Nico Collins, Christian Kirk, and eventually Tank Dell. Tank Dell might not even play this year, so who knows what happens there, but my goodness, what a slam dunk first-round pick, pun intended there, for considering he'd be T-Mac.
Get the extension. John Bradley.
I have no problem with this pick. I know there was Cody Stutes and Landry Locker had that clip of him saying that he doesn't watch film. If he's there at 25, I don't give a damn. With the head coach I have here in Houston, that we have here in Houston, and D'Amico Ryans, he's going to instill that character work, and he is going to do it to perfection. And T-Mac, big time wide receiver, big time at Arizona. If he slips all the way to 25 for the Houston Texans, this shouldn't even be a second coming off the clock here. The Texans should immediately grab this guy, big play wide receiver. I don't expect this to happen at all, but very fun idea. And look, there is some draft stock that maybe he could be falling. They're talking about they know some inside stuff, Yates and Mel Kiper. Maybe T-Mac is falling here. And if he does fall to 25, again, the Texans should jump all over it. All right, let's keep it going. The Texans were there at 25. No trades until that one, but nothing that we know of yet. Josh Connerly is off the board now. Remember, next one is 58 for the Texans. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. Colts get Carson Schwezinger. Oh, boy. Hell of a year out of UCLA this previous year. There goes Tyler Booker, Darius Alexander. Here we got Jonas Avenea, someone that Jordan Reed, if y'all missed the video, was super high on. Jack Beck is off the board. Jalen Noel, Quinshon Judkins. Oh, my goodness. The next pick is the Houston Texans, and they are selecting Anthony Belton, tackle guard out of NC State. This is way of Mel Kiper. Let's go ahead and read the description. We obviously can't go 2 rounds without any offensive line reinforcements for Houston. The team gave up 54 sacks last season and made a bunch of changes this offseason, but there are still holes. Belton played left tackle in college, but has the versatility to fit in wherever the Texans need him. Belton is a solid tackle from NC State, 6'6", 336. We call him the bulldozer, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, when you turn on the highlights in the film for Anthony Belton, he continues to be a mauler in the run game. There is some concern with his feet and his movement, and that's probably why they're looking at him at guard, but he played his entire career at the tackle position for NC State for the majority of his career, actually. And I don't know if I'd want to move him to guard. We'll see, though, in terms of his footwork and stuff. But Cole Popovich would have a lot to work with here in Anthony Belton. A lot of youth, a lot of talent. He was a senior right now, so I don't mind the pick. You obviously need offensive linemen, but Anthony Belton is a name that no one really knows much about, and that isn't a bad thing. That's not a con. Anthony Belton is a solid tackle. I don't know if he can make that transition to guard. I'm very much in line with he played tackle his entire time at NC State and did a hell of a job doing it. I don't want to see him being moved to guard. So let's go ahead and continue with the 3rd round now. So let's get it going. The Houston Texans are at 79 and 89 as well. The Jaguars getting Makuba in the 3rd round. Crazy. Oh, my goodness. There's Ariante Ursery, somebody the Texans did have a visit with. Tyleik Williams, someone else. Alfred Collins. There's my guy, Dylan Sampson. The Texans at 79 take Jared Wilson, the center guard combo out of Georgia. Here we go. This is Phil Yates. Let's keep rolling on the Texans offensive line. Wilson is my top-ranked center, but he has the versatility to also play guard. So my only concern with Jared Wilson, the previous 2 years, and not this last year, but the 2 years prior, he only was a reserve for the Georgia Bulldogs. Now, this previous year, he was a second-team All-SEC, and he started 12 games at center. And as of right now, I don't mind it. I don't, because Jared Wilson looks phenomenal, actually, and would not be a bad pick whatsoever. But the Texans, I feel like, have confidence in Juice Scruggs to be the center for the remainder of this future, whatever, how long this goes. I just think they have a lot more confidence in Juice Scruggs, and they have Jarrett Patterson. I know Wilson could end up moving to guard, but again, the same frame of mind for me is I seen him play center. That's what I've seen him play. I don't know if he can make the move to guard. I'm sure he can. Center's a lot more a feasible move to guard than tackle. So I don't doubt it, but he played at center. He's a second team All SEC at center. I'd love for him to stick to center. So the Houston Texans right there, 2 offensive linemen and a badass wide receiver. But we got one more pick at 89, and the Texans are going to be getting a defensive tackle, Ty Robinson, out of Nebraska. Here we go from Phil Yates. I thought Mel Kiper was doing the odd numbers. Whatever. Maybe I got it mixed up. The powerful and disruptive Robinson will help the Texans' trenches on defense. He broke out in 2024 with 7 sacks and 15 tackles for losses. Now, the coolest thing with Ty Robinson, Iron Man. He doesn't miss games. Like this previous year, he played in all of his games. The previous, I want to say 3 years at Nebraska, he played all of his games. He started this previous year, third team All Big Ten Conference. The year before, he was an honorable mention, but this year he really went out of his way to throw himself some film in terms of the 7 sacks and 15 tackles for losses. You're looking at 6'5", 290 Ty Robinson, somebody that I was maybe a 3-4 defensive end, could still fit in this 4-3, even at defensive tackle, could play inside, has the versatility at his size to play outside as well. I want to see what the speed is for Robinson. If he can play defensive end every once in a while in a rotation, it would help him. But it's okay. It's not a bad pick per se. I feel like the Houston Texans, when you look at Ty Robinson, like they need guys that can stop the run. And Ty Robinson is a very solid pass rusher, but when it comes to stopping the run, like that is something the Texans don't have, considering Foley Fatukasi is out and he's not on this Texans roster currently. I still think they have to go get him in order. If they went with this pick, they'd have to go get Fatukasi to help the run defense. Tim Settle's okay, but he's more of a pass rusher. Sheldon Rankins is okay, but he's more of a pass rusher. Same thing with Mario Edwards. Same thing even with the Nico Autry. Yes, can they stop the run? Yes, but if you are tasked for them to do it consistently, it's just not going to happen. And we saw some of that even last year in the rotation of defensive tackles. The run defense could have been better in some cases. Ty Robinson doesn't necessarily help the run defense. A lot better pass rusher. Love the potential he has, though. And again, D'Amico Ryans and defensive tackles seems like peanut butter and jelly. They just make sense, right? It's just a great combination. It's peas and carrots. Come on now. The Houston Texans don't have no more picks. I am shocked that we didn't get a Trey Harris there in 93, but whatever. The Houston Texans have no more picks in this mock draft. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You have 2 offensive linemen, a defensive tackle, and a badass wide receiver. Ultimately, this mock draft isn't that bad. I would say it's a good B, a solid one. I love 25 getting T-Mac there. He falls to you. That would be, oh man, I would be excited to see the Texans go ahead and get him at 25. The rest of the picks are not so bad. I feel like maybe some tweaks could happen. Jared Wilson is not bad at all from Georgia. But at the end of the day, who cares? Like, you instilled some offensive line youth and talent, and that's what this Texans team needs in the worst way possible. So ultimately, I think this is a solid B, right at average B, 85, no B plus, no B minus. Bam of an 85, and Nick Caserio and the Houston Texans. If these are their first 4 picks in the top 100, I'd feel pretty confident going into the 2025-26 season with these draft picks. Y'all let me know down in the comment section. Do you agree with Mel Kiper, disagree with Phil Yates, vice versa, or do you disagree with me? Let me know down in the comment section. I'll reply. As always, guys, go Astros, go Rockets, go Texans. You have a blessed day.